Peace, Young Ash here. Links to my new album is in the description and the comments. Links to buy me a coffee if you want to buy me a coffee, that's in the comments and description. Links to everything. Instagram will also be there. We'll leave it there. This is rambling on. I talk about my life, talk about my head, talk about what's going on with me. I suffer from schizophrenia. Talk about that. Anyway, let's get into it. I've been looking into spirituality a lot recently because I realized how important it is for me to be happy, to rely on, a God in my life, and essentially to try and find peace in myself and happiness. And a lot of tragedies have gone on in my life, a lot of turmoil, a lot of adversity I faced, and I'm just trying to make peace with all of that. In particular, like, if you've been watching this channel for a while, like the shit I've been talking about for a long time. Losing friends, getting bullied, losing my dad, losing my uncle, my grandparents, becoming homeless, losing relationships with my family, doing bad shit and feeling guilty about it in addiction, because if you're new, I fell into addiction. I'm in recovery now. And if you're new, please subscribe, hit the bell, drop a comment. Love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to hear your opinion. If you believe in God or you have a faith in a higher power, drop that in the comments. So I've been looking at like non-duality, and I came across this channel called, it's just named by the guy that narrates the channel. It's Todd Perelmuter. Pure American name, obviously. Anyway, whatever. I find him really insightful. He was an advertiser and CEO of a company, millionaire, and just dropped everything, moved to India and focused on spirituality. And he had some interesting theories about God, and if you believe in the universe, which is, my faith in God is very much a God that unconditionally loves me and is present in everything in the universe. That's so far, that's what I understand, because I grew up Catholic. I'd still call myself Catholic, just in terms of my identity, but my faith, it isn't very much Catholic, because I found all I knew of God growing up was like a God that wants to punish you for your sins, and fucking you're not sitting up straight in mass, and the teacher will give you like fucking 100 lines for not sitting up straight and talking in mass. Teacher wants to, give you fucking loads of lines to write out and punish you for it. I suppose there was, that's like the negative side of it, the punishment side of things. And I know that was a teacher who was a dickhead who fucking did all that shit, but that was my conception of God. My dad got sick and died from cancer when I was 12. I stopped praying, stopped believing. I was like, fuck this. People were telling me at the funeral, everything happens for a reason, John. I was like, fuck you. I didn't say that, but in my head I was just brewing up resentments, what the fuck does that even mean? What fucking reason did he die for? What good is gonna come from that? But that tragedy is in the past, and I'm living in the present right now. And I suppose the sadness I have attached to that tragedy and all the tragedies in my life is purely made up in my own head, and it's purely coming from within, and it's purely from looking at the past. And it's okay to feel sad sometimes, but I'm trying to make peace with myself, you know. And an interesting one that Todd said, fuck's sake, mine's going blank a little bit now. Yeah, he said it's an interesting theory as to why God or the universe was created, but he said the universe created itself to experience itself through us, and that we are all equal, no better than each other. We are all God. There's a little bit of God in us all, and therefore we should treat each other with dignity and respect and nicely, which is the nature of the world at the minute. There is a lot of turmoil and war and famine and fucking violence and criminality and all that shit. So maybe the world needs a little more faith or spirituality and positivity. And it's, if you rewind a year ago, I wouldn't have been talking like this, really. I wouldn't have been very receptive to this kind of talk or these theories or this line of conversation and questioning maybe, or introspection in myself. I would have just come out with a load of bullshit about spirituality, and now things are clicking a little bit. And I don't agree with everything Todd says, but a lot of it, surprisingly, I do. And I haven't found another source really that's been interesting. I looked into Taoism a little bit and listened to some stuff about Buddhism, and I'm not becoming Buddhist, but thought there was some interesting stuff there. Basically, I'm just looking into a lot of different things, and Todd Perelmuter has been the best, so I'd recommend his channel. Yeah, it's worth watching. He has one called Aloneness to Oneness, and he talks about becoming your own therapist, and loneliness is when you suffer being alone, and aloneness is being one with everything and being okay with being alone, and being alone with your thoughts. And thoughts can pop into our heads, and we're just there to witness them, and they don't define us, and often they can be negative and they just pop into the head. So why feel guilty about them, and why let them narrate the story and tell the story? And do I want to be the villain, the victim, or the hero in my story? And I need to start looking at myself as the hero of my story. I am a little bit, but I'm such a humble person. I'm only messing. It's not because I'm so humble, it's because I have low self-esteem. I'm insecure. I think very low of myself, and I have for a long time now. So I need to love myself. And again, it's no good coming out here and saying I need to do this, I need to do that. It's more a case of taking action and and actually doing it and actually believe in what I'm saying. But it's working. It's a work in progress, and it's been a very educational experience. I'm talking the past number of years. It's just, I learn something new every week, and I grow a little bit every week. And, you know, that's how it is, really. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I think, yeah, I'll leave it there at that this week, or today. You know, there might be another video tomorrow. I've been slowing down a little bit with the videos, but I've been working on music, you know. Did a nice song tonight, wrote a nice song, recorded it. It's gonna be mixed soon, and yeah, the album's in progress. So peace, young Ash. Links in the comments and description. Buy me a coffee and follow me on Instagram. Peace.